Good afternoon, everyone. Carlos Cedillo here, and it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It's exactly 4:53 p.m. And I am going to share with you part two of the Trump and Musk oligarchy of two. So here we go with part two. Content of this video: Section 1 is unlawful aggressive actions. Section 2, disbanding of critical agencies. 3, an unstoppable dirty campaign. 4, comparison of Donald Trump to the Antichrist. 5, pray for President Trump and Elon Musk. 6, good news, Jesus will defeat the Antichrist. 7, the judge that couldn't be sued or impeached. All right, here we go. Subtitle, unlawful aggressive actions. Trump and Elon Musk's actions have been swift in their unlawful implementation, leaving little room for opposition to catch its breath. Their blitzkrieg approach has enabled them to implement drastic changes to our government structure at an alarming pace. They are effectively outmaneuvering any significant resistance as they continue to sidestep our government's checks and balances, which is our government system to control anyone from having too much power. Subtitle: the disbanding of critical agencies. With Trump's presidential approval, Elon Musk is dismantling major agencies of the federal government, agencies which were created by Congress to protect the needs of working families and the disadvantaged. By appointing loyalists to key positions and imposing severe budget cuts, Trump and Musk have effectively neutralized the Department of Education, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Federal Communications Commission. These actions have stripped away a potential $800 billion from Medicaid and similar cuts to other critical systems, leaving vulnerable populations without essential protections. So this is going to affect Medicaid. In turn, this will affect Medicare. Subtitle: an unstoppable dirty campaign. Despite numerous legal challenges and public outcry, the Trump-Musk takeover campaign seems unstoppable. Such force and power emanating from these two men is just dumbfounding. And so we wonder, how can this be? The answer is not what we expected. The power and energy Donald Trump and Elon Musk exhibit is not human. Their power and sagacity is coming from a dark source, and I will expound as we go further into this writing. Subtitle: comparison of Donald Trump to the Antichrist. In part one of this video, I explained about the similarities between the Antichrist and Donald Trump. I also said I believe that Elon Musk could be the false prophet of the Antichrist, as he also seems to fit the characteristics and manner of this dark entity in the way he works with Donald Trump, trying to get the masses to exalt and support him. The Antichrist is not a fable or a mythical being. This beast, as he's called in the book of Revelation, is a tyrannical personality that will come on the world scene as a political figure of great dominance and power during the time of the end. Let me read that again. The Antichrist is not a fable or a mythical being. This beast, as he's called in the book of Revelation, is a tyrannical tyrannical personality that will come on the world scene as a political figure of great dominance and power during the time of the end. His power and energy are supernatural, for it is the dragon, in parentheses, the devil, who gives him his power and authority. Revelation 13:2. That's Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. So this might explain why Trump's and Musk's political attacks seem unstoppable. The dragon is empowering both of them, in parentheses, Revelation chapter 13, verse 2. In part 1, I also said that I believe President Trump and Elon Musk are the prototypes of the Antichrist and false prophet of the Antichrist, and that the spirit of Antichrist and false prophet already resides with them. And I said prototype or preliminary because I believe the final Antichrist will come later in the form of a major leader or president that comes out of Russia. In parentheses, see Gog of Magog in my Amazon book titled Ukraine-Russian Ezekiel 38 War. Subtitle, Pray for President Trump and Elon Musk. So we should pray for President Trump and Elon Musk, our government leaders, for God to help them to do good to the people, for God to help them to do good to the people of this country and do nothing to hurt them. But we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against powers and the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. And in this case, against the evil spirit of Antichrist and the evil spirit of the false prophet. And let us also remember the words of Isaiah. Woe to those who make unjust laws, to those who issue oppressive decrees, to deprive the poor of their rights and withhold justice from the oppressed. Isaiah chapter 10, verses 1 and 2. Subtitle, Good News, Jesus will defeat the Antichrist. The Antichrist now, and the one that is yet to come, will think they're God and unstoppable, but they're on a leash, and God will only allow them to go so far before he fires them and disbands their dastardly operation. And when Jesus appears, he'll move fast and furious to put the brakes on all their evil. These bad dudes won't even know what hit them. Well, they will. They will know, but they'll wish they hadn't. The judge, subtitle, the judge that couldn't be sued or impeached. Yes, this mighty judge decreed a final judgment on these two bad dudes. It was a cold, dark day when they stood before the great judge who sat enthroned in heaven. The charges were put forth, and the verdict was guilty as charged. Below are the sentences for their crimes against humanity. Daniel 8:25. That's Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. He, in parentheses, Antichrist, will cause deceit to prosper, and he will consider himself superior. When they feel secure, he will destroy many and take his stand against the Prince of Princesses, in parentheses, Jesus. Yet he, in parentheses, Antichrist, will be destroyed, but not by human power. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. Then the man of lawlessness, in parentheses, Antichrist, will be revealed, but the Lord Jesus will slay him with the breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. And that's the end of this, to be continued in part 3. Contact information, Carlos A. Cedillo, Email carlos.ccedillo@gmail.com. That's Carlos, Carlos, dot CCEDILLO @gmail.com. YouTube channel at Binfighter2443. That's at BENFIGHTER 2443. Okay, bye for now. Hope to see you again in part 3.